All right, making a statement.
Yes.
I don't know what these are.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a bold statement.
Okay.
And you either agree with me or you don't. And again, these aren't my statements.
No, you said agree with you or
okay,
not. So
okay,
I'm coming for you, Curry.
Okay, come at me, bro.
Right.
Come at me. Okay. Our first statement. The Dodgers have the National League Rookie of the Year on their roster.
Well, Alex, you're wrong. No, I just say this because they have a couple of guys that have been really good. I'm just, as you know, the driver of the Corbin Carroll
bus
bandwagon,
and
that wagon is already moving faster than it was to start the year. He's been great. He stole 3 bases in a game the other day. He hit a homer. Like, the guy does it all, as I've been clamoring on about for probably too long. Jordan Walker hit his first homer the other day. I just think Kodai Senga looks like a star. Like, I just think there's too many other names right now that are probably the favorites to win, and I just don't foresee that happening. So I will say that one is an inaccurate statement.
Yeah, I'm with you. And Vegas has him as the 4th best odds in this moment. But, yeah,
Okay.
I would have, I think Kodai Senga is my sneaky favorite in this top 3. I know you're the driver of the Corbin Carroll bus, but time will tell.
Well,
time will tell.
It's not a bus, Alex. I didn't claim it it's a bandwagon.
Bandwagon.
I'm not a driver.
What's the difference between a bus and a bandwagon?
Well, a bus, you need a certain license to drive, and I don't have it. So I can drive around a bandwagon, and I'm driving the Corbin Carroll bandwagon.
All right, let's get to our second making a statement. Okay?
Okay.
The Marlins have the best pitching staff in the NL East.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me think about this. Sandy, it's a good start.
Yep.
Jesus Luzardo appears to this year have turned a corner. I'm gonna say inaccurate, but I think, in like 2-3 years, I think the writing is on the wall for this team to have the best rotation in the game of baseball in a couple of years. I just think right now, like, Jesus Luzardo has been lights out, and the guy from the left side is throwing 100 with great stuff. But, how do you – I know Max Scherzer hasn't been great so far through 2 starts. Justin hasn't pitched, but I guess I'll ask you, am I allowed to, assume am I allowed to assume Justin on the Mets if I take the Mets, even though he hasn't pitched?
Yes.
Right, so then it's
He's
the
on
Mets.
the Mets.
2 Hall of Famers that are still pitching really well. Kodai Senga appears to be a star. It has to be the Mets for me, and it's just in this moment, in this year, the Mets rotation is better. I'm not down on Max after 2 bad starts. Justin's coming back soon. So I love the Marlins rotation, and I think in a couple of years we're talking about them having the best rotation in the game of baseball. I'm just not ready to say that right now. I would still put it, I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Haven't thought about this. Probably a top 5 rotation, but I think the Mets are still, despite a tough start to the year, they're still the top, or if a top 2-3 rotation in the game of baseball.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I mean, Sandy's picking up right where he left off. Obviously, he's the reigning Cy Young winner, National League Cy Young winner. He just threw his 4th career shutout in just 100 pitches, which was absolutely insane. But would you put the Marlins above the Braves?
Above the Braves rotation?
Would you do that?
I would say they're very. Oh,
yeah,
man,
that's tough, right? We were just talking last show about the Braves pitching staff and rotation and just how strong they are and how bright of a
the NL East
future they
rotations
have.
are.
Nasty.
I would say they're right there with each other, and I know that might be a cop-out answer, but they both have like I guess you have to take Sandy over Spencer Strider right now. I mean, just the other day we saw him throw 100 pitch complete game shutout in an hour and 57 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, as of this moment right now, Sandy Alcantara is the best pitcher in the game of baseball.
Yeah.
So that they got the workhorse ace. I love Strider and Fried and Dodd, the Dodd father, as I called him last show, so I'm just going to continue it on.
I like it.
So yeah, they're right there neck and neck. I would take the Mets here.
Okay. Our third and final making a statement. The pitch clock is the best thing to happen to Major League Baseball.
Ever?
Right now.
What?
Recently. Best thing recently to happen to Major League Baseball. That's our statement.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm going to say inaccurate.
Oof.
I like it, but I'm going to say Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, Julio Rodriguez, Ronald Acuna. Like, the guys that play the game are the best thing happening to baseball right now. The pitch clock has been good and will continue to grow and evolve the game in a positive direction. But the best thing happening to baseball right now is the greatest talent we've ever seen, Shohei Ohtani, and one of the best rookies we've seen all time, Julio Rodriguez, Ronald Acuna on pace for a 40-40 year, Aaron Judge breaking the AL home run record and starting off this year great. The product on the field is the best thing happening to the game of baseball, so I'll say inaccurate.
I think the pitch clock is the greatest thing to happen to this sport rule-wise. Like I wasn't thinking players. I'm like, yeah, this is the best thing to happen. We are seeing
rule-wise. You just added in a
well, that's where my mind went. I was like, yeah, this is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. We are seeing an average game length of 2 hours and 38 minutes, which I think we had the graphic up earlier of like what the shortest game was, what the game lengths were last year. It is speeding up the game in a pace-wise. I think it's making games more exciting to watch. It's moving them along. Oh, yeah. In 2022, 3 hours and 11 minutes. 2023, 2 hours and 45 minutes. And this is just in the first week. I also, John Smoltz went on the Carton Show. And he actually said, I quote, "This is the greatest thing that's going to happen to the sport." He's one of your favies. One of your favies also agrees with this. I think it is. I wasn't thinking players. Obviously, players are like what changed the game. But this is what's, I think in the long run, it's going to be better for the fan base, the TV side of things, when you're there, the pace of game, making things more exciting. I'm a huge fan of the pitch clock.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah. But you just totally changed the question.
I guess we looked at it in two different ways.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing happening to baseball is the best players playing in the sport right now and growing the sport. And then you go to answer the question and just add in, well, it's the greatest rule. That's
the greatest adjustment
question
to the game. Yeah. Okay.
No, I would agree. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And I would agree with that. Okay. So I went inaccurate on. Is that all of them?
Yeah.
All right. Inaccurate for me. All those statements. Alex, you're wrong. I'm just kidding.
No.
But yeah, I went all inaccurate.
Right.
But I like the questions.
Thanks for watching. If you love Flippin Bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.